Is that a trick question? They gave up Kwame Brown.
We're in here talking about practice.
This man was a bona fide scrub. He can't play.
We're talking about practice.
I'm most happy that Jesus Christ did not let me lose my teeth when I was 20 years old.
Hey, this is Charles Barkley. I'm a dumbass.
But I was wondering, like, what if you kept your baby teeth until the age of 18 or 20 and then you lose them? That would look pretty bad.
Airballs with Turner and Fulco.
What's going on, everybody? Airballs episode 5, and believe it or not, we've made it this far, and I can count to 5. Hugo, welcome aboard, bud.
How's it going, man? You all right?
Good. I just caught the end of the Celtics Heat game from last night, and I got to tell you, that was as good a regular season basketball game as I've seen in a really long time. Not only do you have two big-time rivals, but I'm telling you, this winning streak from the Miami Heat is becoming really, really special.
Yeah, I mean, only 10 more games until they tied the Lakers 71-72 record.
Yeah, they won 23 in a row.
I mean, I think what's there to stop them? This team, what more is there to say about this team? I'm running out of superlatives for them, honestly. They just have an answer for everything, and then when the rest of the team doesn't find an answer, LeBron just wills them to victory every time.
And isn't that the difference from what it used to be with LeBron? It used to be, he's there and everything's good to go, but when the team's in trouble, he doesn't take the initiative. And we saw at the end of last night, he hits the game-winning shot over a guy in Jeff Green who'd actually blanketed him over the last couple of possessions. I predicted this. I said as soon as LeBron wins that first title, all of that stuff's going to go away. He's going to be a more confident player, and I'm telling you, watch out.
Absolutely clutch last night. And the fact that, like you said, he's just getting. It's just the fact that he got over that hump. He's won his first ring, and he's ready to win. You know, not 1, not 2, not 3, not 4. This Miami team is really living up to that initial promise now.
It's funny, after the game, Chris Broussard asked him a question about playing the Celtics even though they didn't have Kevin Garnett healthy for the game, and LeBron James's answer is, we didn't take them lightly, they have championship DNA. And I found that so interesting because I'm not sure LeBron James would have said that prior to winning that ring, because now he knows exactly what that is, the mojo, the confidence that you have when you've won that championship.
Well, no matter what hole the Heat have found themselves in this season, it's always been just about LeBron not quitting and just finding a way to win. Take nothing away from what the Celtics did last night. Fantastic performance. Jeff Green, 43 was it? 43 points. Just sensational without Kevin Garnett, and it was just emblematic at the start of the night. I had many Celtics fans on my Facebook just saying that tonight the streak ends, and there was just this eerie feel that it was gonna end last night, and it was exactly 5 years to the day that Boston had actually ended Houston's 22 win streak back in 08, was it? But there was just this eerie feel that it was going to end, and they go up by 17, and you see no way of Miami getting back in the game. Then all of a sudden, it comes down to a close fourth quarter. Mario Chalmers hits a couple threes. Huge game, by the way, from him. Mm-hmm. And all of a sudden, it comes down to that final possession. LeBron takes it and hits and sticks one in Jeff Green's face. And then the Celtics still have 2 chances to win after that. Key defensive play by Shane Battier. Huge, absolutely huge. And then the Paul Pierce missed 3, which was more of a desperation shot than anything. So fantastic game, like you said, but it's going to take something special to knock off Miami this season. I honestly think that they're just destined to repeat.
You look at LeBron James and you look at Jeff Green. Jeff Green had the night of his career last night. He could not miss, and yet he was the second best player on the court. I mean, it was unbelievable what LeBron James was able to do. And what I see with LeBron, especially when the Heat's really on, is that it just looks so easy. And they move the ball so well. I mean, this isn't just a dream team assemble now. These are pieces that fit together. You talked about Shane Battier. I mean, is there a role player that fits his team better than Shane Battier right now? You know, I always said for the longest time, there's always the best role player in the NBA. And for me, it was always Bruce Bowen. I love what Bruce Bowen did for San Antonio. Right now, I'm not sure there's a better role player in the NBA than Shane Battier. He just is in the right place, and he's taking, I think 80% of his shots are threes, and those are perfect because LeBron James feeds them every single time. He plays defense, and he makes plays. But, you know, I see also LeBron James and Dwayne Wade harmonizing. And look, Dwayne Wade has become such a secondary option on this team, but you really can't forget about him. In fact, when Boston went on the run to put themselves up by 17, a lot of it was because Dwayne Wade had to sit in the first quarter because he got in foul trouble. Second he came back, the deficit got reduced. And so even though Dwayne Wade, who used to be the flashiest player in the world, is now totally under the radar, he's a huge part of that team as well. So I watch this team, and I have to say, and I have no reservations with saying this, I think this year's Miami Heat are the most athletic team in the history of the
NBA. They're phenomenal. And let me just point one thing out to you. I'm looking at the box score here. Efficiency is the word of the day. You have Mario Chalmers shooting 6 for 10 from the field, Dwayne Wade shooting 7 for 15, Chris Bosh shooting 6 for 10 also, and then LeBron shooting 16 for 29. I mean that's over 50% shooting or what, you know, like
yeah.
It's out of this world efficient.
It's funny, as someone who watches the 76ers on a regular basis and the shot selection they have, in fact, they register the most long twos in the game, which is considered to be the least efficient shot in the game. You look at the Miami Heat, and I could have counted maybe 2 or 3 bad shots all game. I mean, and it stems from the ball movement. It stems from LeBron James creating. And when he starts on offense, I mean, everyone's concentrated on him. So when he does pass the ball, it's a wide open shot every time. I mean, he can just beat you in so many different ways. But Hugo, to me, the biggest thing with LeBron James's game this season has been the passing. That has just become a totally new element to his game. And I think it makes this team absolutely lethal.
Yeah, 12 assists last night. It's incredible. And coming back to the role players point as well, I mean, it's just perfect. You have shooters surrounding him. Ray Allen, arguably the best three-point shooter in history of the NBA.
Yeah.
Shane Battier, who, like you said, just hits that corner three like few in the NBA. And then you have they've brought on the Birdman now, who adds some length to that front court and gives Chris Bosh a bit of rest. And Udonis Haslem a bit of rest. He and his defensive presence, he's a pretty underrated shot blocker. And then Norris Cole, they have Mike Miller who's been out, and Rashard Lewis. So I mean it's a seemingly never-ending cast of perfect role players to surround the big three with. It really is phenomenal. And like I said, I think that this win streak, they may not get it, but it's certainly within their capability and within their reach. And I don't see anyone knocking them off at the end of the year. I really don't. It'll take something really special from one of the teams in the West.
Totally, kind of off topic here. I learned something really interesting yesterday. I had no idea the Birdman's 34 years old.
Yeah, he also had that year of suspension for drugs.
Yeah, cocaine.
Yeah.
And I find out why that suspension was so severe, by the way.
Oh, what was it?
It goes back to the 80s when cocaine was a huge problem in the NBA, and you had guys like David Thompson and Jerry Lucas who it literally was hurting their on-court presence. So David Stern made incredibly harsh laws against that particular drug, and it looks like the Birdman wasn't reading the bylaws.
Well, to quote, I think it's the Chappelle Show, cocaine's one hell of a drug.
It was Rick James, actually, more specifically.
Rick James.
Yep. So